All right, guys, welcome. So it's your boy, and today, this is day 2 of the 4-day challenge. This is the DM script to book phone calls. Guys, in today's video, I'm going to give you guys a DM script to book phone calls, and tomorrow, we're going to teach you guys a sales script. Now, obviously, the first goal is we want to get people reaching out to us, right? Which is why yesterday, we talked in depth about content that converts. There's basically 4 different content types. There's connection content, proof content, value content, and documentation. Yesterday, we talked specifically about proof because proof is the #1 piece of content that's going to convert clients for you. All right. It's the only piece of content that actually really pulls in clients because you can post all the value in the world. And we all know those influencers that post a ton of value content. But unfortunately, most of those influencers struggle to make money because they do not post social proof. Okay. So yesterday, you guys learned the importance of social proof. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the DM script to book phone calls. Now, most online trainers struggle to book calls for one of 3 reasons. Let me know which one is you. Number 1, they don't post good enough content to get people to share, watch, engage, and ask questions about. Who here struggles with that? So you struggle with the engagement. You struggle with getting people to reach out to you. You struggle because your content, even though you're posting it, you feel like you're not growing. Who here struggles to post good enough content to get people to share, watch, engage, and ask questions about? That's usually the first reason that people struggle to book phone calls. Now, the second reason that people struggle to book phone calls is you spend all of your time cold DMing strangers on Facebook and Instagram. Unfortunately, this is just not the way. A lot of business coaches are advising that you guys go to hashtags, you guys go to Facebook group, and that's where you should start when it comes to booking your phone calls. So most online trainers, instead of investing time into their content creation, instead of investing time into their marketing engine, they're going on social media, they're going to hashtags, they're like sending out messages. That's not the best way to book calls. And finally, most online trainers get struggled because it seems like nobody wants to book phone calls with them. And so they don't even send out DMs. How many people feel like that right now? You're like, I don't even want to send out DMs because I know that people aren't going to book phone calls with me. How many of you guys feel like that? You don't know what to say in the DMs. When you do send out your DMs, people aren't reaching out to you. If you feel like that, let me know. Now, before we go any further, let your boys know that you're tuning in. What I want you guys to do is post a screenshot of B Mark and Cole, tag us at The Real Brian Mark, at Luis Colos de Silva. Let us know that you're tuning in. Let's get it. Let us know. There's over 100 people here. I love it. Cool. Putting Cole back in the background. Let's go. Now, the truth is, in today's training, I'm going to walk you through the DM script to book phone calls with interested clients. And by the end of today's training, number 1, you will know how to book phone calls with hot and ready prospects. Number 2, you will have the tools to communicate effectively with your prospects on social media. And number 3, you'll be able to book phone calls today with all the people that reach out to you from your CTA. If you're excited, drop some fire in the comments. Now, guys, it's really, really common for online trainers to struggle to book calls. So if you are not booking calls in the DMs, I want you to know that that's pretty common with most of our trainers. And one of my clients, Austin Prechtel, used to really struggle with booking phone calls with people. And this is a screenshot from inside of our coaching program. He said we're closing in on $45,000 USD. That's in 1 month, in the month of November. $650 away. He wants that big 50. 1 day left, I believe. He ended up getting $46,000 in the month of November, which is really cool. And he used to really struggle with booking sales calls. The reason I wanted to bring up Austin is I want to show you guys his Reels views. You see these? 2,900 views, 900 views, 114 views, 89 views, 287 views, 477 views. How many of you guys are getting view volume consistently like that? Between 900 and 1,000 views. This is Austin, okay? Now, Austin, his Instagram following, he's got 5,400 followers. Now, if Austin Prechtel can book enough calls to make $45,000 USD on videos that are making, 114 views, 913 views, if Austin Prechtel can do that with these strategies, then you definitely can too, okay? Now, here's some rules for DM game, all right? So I want you guys to write this in the comments. Rule number 1, always be opening. Rule number 1 is to always be opening. Every day, your goal should be to start a minimum of 10 new conversations with people on your friends list, followers, or who are engaging on your content. Now, obviously, we've got some other DM trainings inside of the academy, but number 1, always be opening. Always be opening. We want to start 10 new conversations per day minimum. Why? Because 10 new conversations over the course of a month is 365 conversations. Times that by a year, that's 3,650 conversations. You send 3,650 messages over the course of a year, I fucking guarantee you're going to book 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40 clients. All it takes, this is the thing. A lot of you guys really struggle with social media because you're like, oh, I only get 100 views of my video, or I'm only getting I'm only having 10 conversations per day. If you have 10 conversations per day, every day for 365 days, that's 3,650 conversations per year. So rule number one is always be opening, because you're not always going to get inbound leads. So you always want to be the one initiating conversation. Rule number two, follow the chat flow. Write this in the comments. I'm going to give you guys the DM script. Rule number two is to follow the chat flow. Guys, try not to deviate too much. All right. Our goal is to find out their struggles, how long they've been struggling, their goal, and the reason why. If you can figure out their struggles, if you can figure out how long they've been struggling, if you can figure out their goal and why it's important to them, you will be able to book a phone call. Guys, sales is sales is sales. So you can sell anything to anybody as long as you understand their pain points, as long as you understand their goals, and they have a clear reason why. That's what we're going to be doing with the chat flow. Rule number three, this is really important. How many of you guys send long messages to your prospects? Even if it's by accident, you tend to send long messages. If you do, say me. Sending long messages is the worst mistake that you can make in sales conversations. The worst. And the analogy I'll give you is, let's talk about dating. Have any of you guys ever been like very interested in, dating somebody, maybe really like somebody? And so you send them like a really, really long message and you're like hoping that they're going to respond to you. And then they reply to you with like one line. How many of you guys have ever been there? Or you've been on the receiving end of that and you go on a date, with this person and you guys are like hitting it off. And then every time they text you, they like send you a novel. It's like when somebody sends you a novel, it subcommunicates that they are more interested in you. And so when you, Kathy King, when you, Jim, when you send novels to your prospects or long messages to your prospects, you're subcommunicating to your prospects that you need them more than they need you. So rule number three, write this in the comments. Keep the responses short and sweet. Cool, makes sense, like it. Like with your friends and people you've known for decades, that's fine. But when we're talking about a general rule of thumb, keep the responses short and sweet. Rule number four, this is also important. Micromanage the moment. When you guys are sending DM conversations and you're basically trying to book a phone call, when you send that calendar link to actually book that call, you need to make sure that you micromanage the moment. What I mean by micromanage the moment is when you send them the calendar link, you're going to say something like this: go ahead and book in now. Spots always fill up quick. Send me a screenshot once you're done, period. Cool, question mark? The analogy that my mentor used was you like tucking them in at night, right? So it's like, you don't just want to get them to the bed. You want to get them to the bed and you want to tuck them in at night. Just like when you guys are booking phone calls with potential clients, you want to make sure that you not only send a calendar link, but you're like, go ahead and get booked in right now. Spots always fill up quick, period. Send me a screenshot once you're all done, period. Cool, question mark? We want to micromanage the moment so we encourage them to take action now and not wait till later. Rule number five, send individual messages. It is a way more effective strategy. So this goes in line with rule number three. It's a way more effective strategy for you to say, makes sense, send. What's your number one goal? Send. Rather than be like, that totally makes sense. So I totally hear you. So what would you say is your number one goal? All in one message. Always break up your messages. So after you write a sentence, send a message. You want to make the chat appear extremely organic. How many of you guys have ever opened up a long message from somebody that cold DM'd you and instantly you're like, piss off? I know I have. As soon as somebody sends me like a super long message that's like copy and pasted, I'm like, get out of here. I'm not interested. Just like your prospects aren't going to be interested if you send them a message and it looks like the message is rehearsed or scripted. So the way that you guys can go around that and not rehearse or script messages is send individual messages and don't copy and paste messages. Make sense? If you guys are following along so far, say I'm following. If you're following along, say I'm following. Now, guys, I want you to screenshot these rules for the DM game. They're super important. Always be opening, follow the chat flow, keep the responses short and sweet, micromanage the moment, and send individual messages. These are the rules for the DM game. If you guys follow the rules for the DM game, you'll be able to book phone calls with potential clients on social media on a regular basis. These are the exact same strategies that we've used with over 5,000 online fitness coaches now. We've helped 300 plus of them hit $10,000 a month. Okay, so yesterday, what we did, I'm just going to kind of come talk to you guys for a second. Yesterday, what we did is we basically made a CTA. And we're like, I'm looking for, do you want results like this? Hell yes. We also made a proof post, getting people to respond to the proof post. Now we've got a bunch of people that have responded, right? Maybe you got 5, maybe you got 10, maybe you got 15. What we're going to do today is we're going to go into all the likes, all the comments, and all the votes on the stories, and we're going to start conversations with these prospects. I'm going to give you guys the DM script, and then at the end of the challenge, you have to be in the Facebook group in order to get the DM script. So if you're not in the Facebook group, You need to be in the Facebook group because that's where we're going to drop the DM script. Once we're done this training, once you guys get the DM script, what you're going to do is you're going to go into your social media. You're going to send a message to everyone that's voted on your poll, commented on your stuff, and like the post that you sent out. And we're basically going to start conversations and book phone calls with these people. On tomorrow's training, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to take those phone calls that we, or those, those prospects that we booked. We're going to teach you guys how to convert them into paying clients. Is that cool? Bet. Okay. So the DM script starts with a transition message. When you can tell that a prospect is interested, let's say it's an inbound lead or they sent you a message and they've expressed that they're struggling with something. First thing you're going to say is, hey, Kayla, thanks so much for reaching out. Send. I've got all the details for you here in a minute. Send. First, mind if I ask a couple questions to see if I can help? So the first, we're actually going to go into this. I'm going to edit this. Hey, name, thanks so much for reaching out. You're going to send. So it's going to be message 1. And then message 2, got all the details for you here in a sec. First, mind if I ask a couple of questions to see if I can? This is in the actual DM script. This is for my training. Cool. It's going to be message 1. Hey, name, thanks for reaching out. Send, got all the details for you in a sec. But first, mind if I ask a couple questions to see if I can help? This is the first message and the second message. Usually when you do this, when you do a CTA or whatever, the response will be short and sweet from the prospect. And that's all right. Like, we're not looking for a big, long response. Everybody write this in the comments. Your goal is just to get them to respond. We're not looking for a big, long response. Our goal is just to get them to respond. Usually they'll be like, sure, why not? Let's do it. And you're going to say, awesome, send. What's the biggest thing you struggle with in your fitness journey? Send. We always want to start with a struggle. And the reason we want to start with a struggle is I'm going to give you guys this analogy. Why do we buy Tylenol? Somebody leave a comment. Why do we buy Tylenol? So I'm going to the store and I buy some Tylenol. Why would I buy some Tylenol? Somebody leave me a comment. Why would I buy some Tylenol or some Advil? What would be the purpose of me buying Tylenol or Advil? Somebody leave a comment. Let me know. Why would I buy some Tylenol? I go to the store. I go to Shoppers Drug Mart. Why do I buy some Tylenol? Leave me a comment. Let me know. Why would I buy Tylenol? I got a headache. Exactly. People buy painkillers. People buy pain relief. People purchase products because it gets them out of their pain. Does that make sense? The reason I would buy Tylenol is because I want a painkiller. So the reason that somebody's going to purchase your online coaching program is because they're struggling with something, and your program is going to be the Tylenol to their headache. So in order to figure out how to prescribe the Tylenol, aka your online coaching program, you need to figure out what their headache is. So the first question you're going to ask somebody is, so what's the biggest thing you struggle with in your fitness journey? And then somebody's going to be like, I struggle with losing weight, or like gaining lean muscle, or like I have a mom pouch, or like I struggle with because I don't have time to go to the gym. And it doesn't matter what they say. And you're going to basically like mention their struggle. So you're going to be like, okay, so you struggle losing weight. I totally get that. I used to struggle with weight loss myself, so I understand. How long have you been struggling with losing weight? And then they're going to reply. They're going to be like, I struggled for like 2 years. And you're going to mention how long they've been struggling. So you're going to be like, okay, 2 years, I see. And then you basically want to relate with what they said with a personal story of you or a client. As an example, like, I totally hear you. Like, I struggled with my weight loss journey for the last couple of years. So I tried a bunch of different diets to gain the weight back. So I totally get that. What's your number one fitness goal right now? So first thing we need to do is we need to figure out exactly what the problem is and how long they've been struggling with that problem. Once we figure out like why it's like how long they've been struggling with it and like what their biggest struggle is, the next thing we need to do is figure out what their number one fitness goal is. So they're going to be like, my number one fitness goal is to see my six pack. Now, if they say a really short answer, let's say they say, get a six pack. What we want to do is we want to ask an expansive question. So an example of an expansive question would be like, okay, so get a six pack. Like, tell me a little bit more about that. Like, why is that important to you? Because basically, if they don't give you enough data, if they just say six pack and they don't give you enough ammunition, then there's not going to be motivation for them to book a call. But if they open up and they're like, I really struggle because I really want to see a six pack because I haven't seen my six pack since I was in high school. And it'll be really important to me. Then we can continue on with the DM script. So you'll be like, okay, cool. So you want to see your six pack. That's super realistic. Why is that important to you? And once you get the why, and they're going to be like, I want to do it because I want to prove to myself that I can see my abs for the first time. You're going to be like, I love it. Would you like some help? And then once they say, yeah, sometimes they'll be like, what does that look like? Sometimes they'll say, I'd love some help. But no matter what they say, you're going to be like, okay, I'll tell you what, why don't we set up a quick 15-minute call? We'll go over the fact that you haven't been able to lose weight. We'll talk about how to get your six pack, and we'll come up with a game plan to help you get there. Are you up for that? And then they're going to be like, yeah, absolutely. Cool. If they say, how much does it cost? You're going to say the call is completely free. It's just to come up with an assessment of what you need and a game plan for you. But no matter what, you'll leave the call with value and an idea of what to do to get that goal. Is that fair? And then once they say yes, you're going to be like, cool, just give me a sec. And then you guys want to send a calendar link. Go ahead and book in now. Spots always fill up quick. Once you're done, come back and let me know what time you picked. Cool. Cool? Question mark. Now, before I move forward, drop some fire if you're following along. This is the DM script. Another thing I'm going to say is, for simplicity's sake, for the 4-day challenge, simplicity. A lot of you guys might not have a calendar, so there's two options. Like, first of all, we do teach you guys how to set up Calendly in the academy, but I want to give you guys the value right now. Option number one, download Calendly and make a free account. Option number two would be, instead of sending a calendar link, you could say something like, I've got some time tomorrow at 4 p.m. PST or 6 p.m. PST. What works better for you? So if you don't have a calendar and you don't want to set one up, an easy way to still book the call without sending a calendar link would be, I've got some time tomorrow at 4 p.m. or 6 p.m. PST. What works better for you? The best option is Calendly. Like, that is the best option. But if you don't want to send a calendar link, that's totally fine. This is another way that you could book that call without actually setting up a calendar. So you're going to say, go ahead and book it now. Spots always fill up quick. Once you're done, come back and let me know what time you picked, period. Cool? Question mark. Now, if they don't book within an hour, what you guys want to do is, you don't want to send another message, because when we send like double messages to prospects, we're basically chasing them. And if we chase people, they run away. Like, think about when we were on a playground, we were kids, you're running around, you chase somebody, they run away. It's the same thing in DM conversations. If you chase your prospects, if you like go after them, they will run away from you. And so you don't want to chase your prospects. So if they don't book the call within an hour, what you want to do is you want to go comment on one of their Instagram or Facebook posts. This is going to send them a notification and they'll remember to come back to the chat. If they don't book within 2 hours, you want to go into the messaging sequence and you actually want to like one of the messages that they sent, because this will again send them a notification without sending them a message. If they don't book within 4 hours, you want to reply and you want to be like, hey, are you all good? And if they don't book and it goes to the next day, tomorrow morning, you can follow up with, yo, John, what's going on, brother? Good morning. I just had some time to get back to you. Go ahead and book in now. I'm going to send you through my calendar link. That's it. So this is the fucking sauce, you guys. All right. This is the sauce right here. So first things first, always be opening, follow the chat flow, keep the responses short and sweet, micromanage the moment, and send individual messages. The DM script is going to start with the transition message. When you can tell a prospect is interested, let's say it's an inbound lead or somebody that's been voting on your polls or somebody that's left you a comment or somebody that's liked your post, you're going to be like, hey, Brittany, thanks so much for reaching out. I got all the details for you in a sec. Mind if I ask a couple questions to see if I can help? Usually they'll be like, yeah, sure. They're like, cool. What's the biggest thing you struggle with in your fitness journey? They're going to be like, I struggle with losing weight. You're going to be like, okay, weight loss. I totally get that. I've been through that myself. How long have you been struggling to lose weight? And they'll be like, I've been struggling for like the last 3 years. And be like, okay, totally see that. You know, I worked with a client that was struggling with weight for the last 3 years. So I totally understand your situation. What's your number one fitness goal right now? If they reply that with a really short message, you want to ask an expansive question. If you give you a good answer, you can just continue with the DM script. Okay, so you want to lose weight and you want to lose 20 pounds by Christmas. I love that. Why is that important to you? They're going to reply and be like, I love it. Would you like some help? No matter what they say, you're going to be like, tell you what, why don't we set up a quick 15-minute call? We'll go over your goal of losing 15 pounds, getting in shape by Christmas, and we'll come up with a game plan to help you get there. Are you up for that? You're going to be like, yep, sure. And then you're going to be like, cool. And you're going to send a calendar link. Go ahead and book it now. Spots always fill up quick. Once you're back, come back and let me know what time you pick. Cool? And this is the process. This is it. All right. Now, I love you guys. And so what I'm going to give you guys is, if you're in the 4-day challenge, you're in the Facebook group, we're going to give you guys a DM script. So I'm going to post it right after the live stream. Your homework is very simple, you guys. Your homework is very simple. What you're going to do is you're going to take the DM script and you're going to start conversations with anybody that's voted on your polls, left you a comment, or engaged with the actual post itself. Just start a conversation. Hey, Cole, thanks so much for engaging my content. I've got all the details for you here. Would you mind if I ask a couple questions to see if I can help or not? This is the base level DM script, okay? We're giving you guys enough information in this 4-day challenge so that you guys can use this to book phone calls, so we can prove to you that this stuff works and that it's possible for you to succeed online. There's a lot more that goes into this entire ecosystem. And obviously this one like small 4-day challenge is a very small piece of it. And I know that some of you guys are like, yeah, like some of you guys commented and you're like, I got 15 votes, I got 20 votes, I got 30 votes. If that's you, amazing. It's likely you've done some homework on your own social media and you're crushing it. That's awesome. If you didn't get any votes on your social media, all that tells me and Cole is that you need to do more work on your organic content game. All right. It's not that everybody hates you. It's not that you suck. You're not cut out for this. What it is that you need to do more work on your organic content game. So again, if somebody voted and you're like, this is exactly what you guys need to do to book the calls, If you didn't get any votes, it doesn't mean you're a bad online trainer. It just means that you need to get better at your content. Ashley said I didn't have any votes, but I had one person reach out. Ashley, that means that you're on the right path. All right. So what Cole and I are going to do right now, first of all, drop some fire if you guys got value. If you did get value, let us fucking know. We're also going to do a little bit of a Q&A. So if you guys have questions, drop them on the live stream. Let us fucking know. Let's get into it. What do you think, Cole?
That was great. I'm honestly super excited, guys. I'm very amped up because I know that the individuals who implement the stuff that we went over yesterday and the stuff that we went over today are going to see results. Now, obviously, I know some of you guys didn't get the engagement you wanted on your poll yesterday. But again, just like Brian said, that doesn't mean that you're doing a bad job as a coach. It just means that you need to do more of what we are teaching you. That's literally it.
Facts.
More.
And guys, if you're listening to this right now and you're like, yo, B and Cole, I want some fucking help. Like, I want to go deeper on this stuff. What we're going to do is if you're listening to this right now on the live, DM me 50% off on Instagram, and I'm going to hook you guys up with a 50% off discount for the academy. We'll do 50% off the first month so you guys can get it and you guys can learn from us directly. If you're getting value and you want to learn more from us, go to my Instagram at @TheRealBrianMark and DM me 50% off and let's have a conversation. All right. Now let's see some of these content. So I'll read you a question, Cole.
Yeah.
What kind of content gets people to engage on polls when posting on stories?
Well, it depends on which one you can make the most emotional. At the end of the day, you need to add a poll that is going to draw out emotion, talk about controversy, or give them an opportunity to put their hand up for a most desired result. That's why we started with the proof post yesterday, due to the fact that any individual that actually engages in that most likely wants your help right away, and it will be the hottest prospect for you. But any polls, all right, utilizing emotional polls or emotional pushes will get you the most engagement. One of the very funny ones that we will utilize and that we talk about in the academy that I'll break down is pineapple pizza. All right. If you guys like pineapple on your pizza, say yes or no in the fucking comments below. This is very simple. All right. Putting this as a poll on your story, even though it's technically not directed towards a CTA that can gain you clients, it gets individuals engaged with you. Right. And therefore will help boost your story in general. A lot of you guys are saying no, 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 yes, yes, yes. See how much you guys instantly have an opinion about that? It's because you have an emotion towards that specific food. So you're going to engage. At the end of the day, content is very simple. Hold people's emotions and you'll be able to draw more clients. That's it.
Boom. I love that. So Drew says, if somebody voted no on my poll, maybe because they wanted to lose weight instead of gain, but they can benefit from my help, what's the best transition question to move in the DM script? So Drew, this is so good because I love, first of all, I love how we overcomplicate things, but I'm literally going to give it to you. So Drew, send them a message and say, hey, Brian, ! I just wanted to say thanks for all the support on my social media. Are you on a fitness journey right now or are you enjoying the content? And then he's going to be like, if they say they're on a fitness journey, be like, that's great. I love it. Would you mind if I ask a couple questions to see if I can help? That's like a very basic level answer to that. And again, obviously in the academy, we go a lot deeper than that, but like that's a very basic level way to get the conversation towards fitness. I think a big mistake that online trainers make is when you guys are starting conversations, y'all are like so friendly with prospects and you're afraid to actually like go for it and like have a fitness conversation because you're like, I don't want to appear pushy. But like, okay, you don't want to appear pushy, but I also would prefer that you guys didn't waste your time in conversations with people that where you're like talking about their dog and their cat and like, you know what I mean? Just like stuff that's completely irrelevant. So you want to keep the conversation around fitness and you also want to keep the conversation like relatable to them. So actually talking to them about their pain points, their problems, their goals, etc.
Agreed.
Amanda, I've got lurkers who like all my story posts, but never reach out. Should I DM them? Amanda, 100%. So what you're going to do is you're going to send them a message and be like, Amanda, ! Thanks so much for all the support on my social media. I appreciate you. That's it. And then when they send you a message back, you'll be like, are you on a fitness journey right now? Or are you just supporting the content? It's the same thing, you guys. It's very simple. Online trainers overthink this stuff. It's very simple. It's the foundations laid out over time that lead to results. And Cole and I are the business coaches that give you guys the right meal plan, the right training plan, the right accountability. And it's up to you to actually put in the fucking work.
Agreed.
Like there's a lot of business coaches that like preach short-term fixes, like turn on your Facebook ads and build this funnel and you can automate your lead gen and like just dumbass shit. We're giving you guys foundational stuff that will actually build your guys' business. And if you're in the academy and you get value, drop some fire on this live stream and let us know. These are the foundations. We're giving you guys a foundation so you guys can build a real business on it.
Agreed.
Cool. I'm going to give this to you. How do you qualify people prior to asking if they have a job or enough income to afford you without feeling salesy or weird?
So first and foremost, don't think that being salesy is a bad thing. I'm going to make sure that I pray for that instantly. You guys are like, I don't want to seem salesy. I don't want to seem weird by asking questions that make me seem salesy. In order to get people into your program, you need to sell them. Now, why are we selling them? Because we know that we have the tools to transform their life. And until you change your mindset around money, you're not going to sell anybody. You're not going to help anybody. But I do understand where you are coming from. Okay. You guys don't want to seem like dicks and you don't want to seem like you are only trying to get them for their money. All right. So even said this person, car salesmen don't feel salesy. Exactly, Carrie. All right. That's the entire point. You guys just need to have the conversations and realize that you're selling a better, happier, stronger life. But I get where you're coming from. So how do you qualify them? I would ask what they're eating. I would ask what do they do for work and how active they are. That's
Yeah.
what I always used to do. All right. Say I was talking to Brian, I'd be like, yo, B, so I love that you're into fitness and I love that you're chasing your goals right now. Can you actually tell me what you're doing for work and how active you are? I'm just curious how much you're moving on a day-to-day basis. That's all I
Boom.
would say.
Yeah.
Because if he's like, I'm a janitor, he's super fucking active, but homie's making less than $36,000 a year. So if my program is not super expensive, but it's going to take an investment, I'm probably going to have to work with him for him to be able to afford it. If he's a lawyer and he's sitting in an office chair, the money is not an issue at all, but his commitment might be because he's not very active and he's not moving his body a lot. Does this all make sense, everybody?
Yep.
If it does, say yes in the chat box.
Yep.
Curious. Good.
Same question. Also, I'm going to say this, guys. When you're a new online coach, you should literally be getting on calls with every fucking person you possibly can.
Every fucking one.
If you're under $10,000 a month, you cannot be like, I need to financially qualify people. Like, you need to practice your sales calls. Here's the thing is like, Cole and I have been mentoring personal trainers literally for the last like 10 years. Even when we weren't running Peach Domination, we were mentoring trainers at Aesthetic Nation.
Yep.
And what we found is the personal trainers that are like, nobody's buying. It's usually nothing to do with the fact that nobody's buying and everything to do with your lack of sales skills.
I agree.
That's not a knock on you. I'm not like, you're not a bad person, but sales is a skill. Like marketing is a skill. Like communication is a skill. Like getting on video is a skill. So if you're struggling to convert clients, you shouldn't just pre-qualify people because you're like, everybody's broke. Like that could be a justification that you're using because you're not getting enough information on the phone call. That could be an excuse that you're using because you're not digging deep on the pains, the goals, the visions, etc. And so, yes, it could be possible that somebody doesn't have money, but you shouldn't be going there first. You should be looking yourself in the mirror and being like, okay, like how can I improve my sales skills? So again, if you're under 10K a month, you should be getting on every fucking call. Perfect. By the way, who's getting value from me and Cole going back and forth? If you are, telling you guys, the academy's fucking lit and you're going to love it. This is what we do in the academy. You can come on pod chats and you can get on these Zoom calls and ask us anything. It's fun. Sarah Sherrington, if somebody's giving me all one-word answers in the DM, would you try to book a call or are they too cold? Cole, go ahead.
It honestly, it's contextual. All right. You might just be shitty at sales. You also might be bad at actually continuing the conversation. A lot of you guys will hit them with an unopened end question. And what that means is you guys won't ask them a question at the end. You'll just be like, oh, that sounds great. But then you won't say anything because you're waiting for them to ask you something else or you're waiting for them to continue it. So at the end of each sentence, paragraph, statement, you guys should have something to lay up their question, their answer, or open the door for them. That is called an open-ended question. However, all right, I'm always going to preface this for you guys because it is contextual. Sales, growth, business, it is all contextual. We got to be able to read individuals. That's what sales is. It's reading other individuals' emotions. But on the flip side, if you are writing a paragraph and they're hitting you with a one word, or if you're asking an in-depth question and they're like, sure, they're not engaging, then lean out. All right. If you guys have a gift like an ebook or a podcast or just a well-written Instagram post that you have on your fucking feed that did really well, I would lean out and give them value. You know what, Brian? Right now, it doesn't seem like you're too engaged. I can understand you're very busy right now. I just wanted to share this with you to give you a little bit of value. Check it over and let me know what you think. And then I literally stop messaging them. Why? Because again, even though Brian and myself want you guys to get on every single fucking call possible, and we want you guys to get the reps in the DMs, if you are trying to pull water from a fucking rock, trying to have a conversation with someone who does not want to talk to you, it's a waste of time.
Yep.
All right.
I'm going to jump in. Can I lay up on that?
Yes, you can.
So I'm going to give you guys an example of an open-ended question versus a closed-ended question. And you guys need to be wary of this when you're asking questions in the DMs. I'm going to ask Cole a closed-ended question. Cole, would you like to go for dinner tonight?
Yeah.
That's a closed-ended loop, right? So it's literally like a yes or no question. Or versus I could be like, yo, Cole, where do you want to go to for dinner tonight and why?
Oh, I'd love to go to Modest Butcher because I absolutely love the tomahawk.
You guys get it? So like closed-ended questions are like a yes or no question. Like, are you on a fitness journey right now? Yes or no. Does that make sense? Or you could be like, what's your number one struggle on your fitness journey right now? Like that's a question that requires an elaborate response. So you guys want to be making sure that you're asking open-ended questions instead of closed-ended questions in the DMs. Last thing I'm just going to say, and then I'm going to let Cole bounce off, is like, we've got to make sure that we're matching their energy. And
Yeah.
so if you're sending a message to a prospect and you're like, what's your number one struggle right now? And they're like, lose weight. You're like, cool. Why is that important to you? That's the tone. You need to keep your messages like as long as theirs are, because again, we want to match the conversation and we want to sub-communicate that we don't need them.
Yes.
If we're like, what's your number one fitness goal? And they're like, lose weight. And you're like, I love that you want to lose weight. That's so fantastic. My client Sarah lost 15 pounds last month. Here's a picture of her in my program. You're going to absolutely love it. Why is that important to you? They're out because they know that you need them more than they need you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's all I was gonna say. That's literally one of the most important things ever, guys, learning how to match energy. Like, I'll tell you a funny story just to give you an example of this. I'm not joking. All right. A couple of my homies back in the day and myself, when I first met my wife, it was legit. Like, she would send me a text and I would look at it and be like, okay, I gotta wait like an hour to respond. Because if I respond instantly, then I'm like, I'm not playing that hard to get game. And again, sales is like dating. You guys need to be aware of this. All right. It's human psychology. When people feel like you are chasing, they run away. It's just like your dog. Okay. It's literally psychology 101 across the board.
Amanda said, I wish I had this call 3 hours ago. Amanda, if you get in the academy, you never have to struggle with this ever again, because anytime you have an issue, we will fucking help you.
Yep.
That's what we're here for. And if you guys are getting value from this free challenge, imagine how fucking good the academy is. Just saying.
I do want to touch on one question here, B, that I saw.
Yep.
Because this is important. I feel like people need to hear it. Somebody broke this down. I don't know who it is because I just see Facebook user, but they said, how often should I post business content on my personal page? I have followers there who have followed my MPC journey, but might not know I'm coaching. Best way to engage. You shouldn't have a business page unless you have hundreds of thousands of followers on both pages. But I seriously fucking doubt that's the case. Your guys' life is coaching. Okay. Unless you're doing this as a side hobby that you don't want to put any fucking time into, you shouldn't have a business page, period. One page, one piece of content. You guys are the fucking brand.
Thank you. You fucking took the words out of my mouth.
That's it, man. Like,
fucking brand.
You guys are like, well, business content in this, and like, I should only show this stuff, and I can only show this stuff. Everybody write this in the comments below. I am the fucking brand. This is why it's important to have the content pillars that you're following, all right, the value and the proof and everything else, but the documentation process of it. Like, you guys are the brand. So you should not have a business page that you're trying to post the CTA on, and then your personal page has nothing, because all the people that followed you for your MPC journey, bro, or girl, because I can't see your fucking name, want to learn about your transformation. Guys, me and Brian built our businesses when we were fitness coaches off of our competing journeys. That's literally how we started as fitness coaches. We just documented our journey on our pages and then did the proof posts that we showed you guys with our own transformation. People were like, oh my God, I can't believe you look like that. I want to work with you. And we were like, lit. And we used the exact same DM script that Brian just taught you.
Guys, it's literally that simple. Another thing I just want to talk about, and this is super fucking important, is you don't need a big following. Like, I showed you guys Austin Prechtel to Elevate. Go look at his Instagram.
Show them Joe Jarrell for a minute.
I don't know if my Instagram's going to load on my computer, but I'll try.
Let's try. Okay. We're going to try to show you guys one of our clients, Joe Jarrell. Now, again, this is just like an extra. You can't pull it up.
So this is our client, Joe. You guys, Joe Jarrell started our program with literally 600 followers. Now he's got 1,504. His reels, again, it's not like his reels are exploding, right? He's got 1,500 views, 1,400 views, 650 views. Some of them are getting 5,000. But guys, Joe is making $14,000 a month. $14,000 a month with 1,500 followers. So many of you guys have this like preconceived notion that you need to have, you know, a big following in order to make money. And Joe Jarrell, 1,500 followers, when his real views are like 555, 1,878. And we've got Austin right here, Direct to Elevate. Pull this guy up right here, boom. Again, Austin, 5,400 followers, Reels views, 91, 122, 290. Like, it has absolutely nothing to do. This is the thing. Your money, everybody write this in the comments. My income has nothing to do with my social media followers. Nothing at all. Because even if you have 100,000 social media followers, if you're not communicating with those people properly and you're not actually pulling these people in with the right DM script, the right sales process, it does not matter. Your social media followers has literally nothing to do with the amount of money that you make. Because if 91 people watch this video and it resonates with 3 of them and they reach out to Austin and he uses the DM script and he books a phone call, that is it. That's all it takes. I really hope this sinks in, because there's some of you guys right now that are sitting on the fence with your online coaching business and you're trying to grow your Instagram following, and that's why you haven't actually taken fully action on your business as a whole, because you're like, I need to grow my following. You do not need to grow your following. You need to build a business. Those are 2 completely separate things.
Now, with that being said, and this is where I feel like a lot of you guys get confused. You need to build a business and you need to understand that following, all right, your following does not equal money. But at the same time, your business is your personal brand. So it's not building a business page and coming up with a logo and a slogan and a fucking tagline and a commercial and all this other stuff. It's understanding that you are the brand. And by producing content, all right, that gives people what they want through being the brand, you therefore build your business.
Mm-hmm.
It's very fucking simple, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I know it might seem like it's not, but it's very simple. Like business is such a simplistic thing,
Yeah.
right? When you actually understand that the basics are the key to the big income that you want and the big impact that you would like to have.
I know that a lot of you guys joined this 4-day challenge because you're serious about growing your business. And I want you to understand that it's a lot easier than you're making it out to be. It really is. It's a lot easier than you're making it out to be. Just like when your weight loss clients come to you and they're eating fucking broccoli and spinach for 6 meals a day and they're doing 2 hours of cardio, and you look at them and you're like, dude, eat more food, do less cardio, and you lose weight. It's literally that easy. Your business is that easy too, but you've been overcomplicating it in your head, trying to figure it out on your own. And you're like listening to different podcasts and trying to piece all the puzzles together. Guys, there's an easy way. Let us help you.
Or you guys fucking go and listen to all these other business coaches and they're like, you need a funnel and a website and you need to get these ads and you need to spend all this money in order to launch your business. When we're just like, make a fucking post on Instagram and DM them. It's that simple.
1,500 followers.
And none of our clients, guys, utilize Facebook ads to grow their accounts. It's all done through organic social media growth, which we teach you.
0 ads. So that means when Joe makes $15,000, he keeps all of it. And this is a guy that started this Instagram account. He started his personal brand account literally 6 months ago. So every single one of you guys listening to this right now, absolutely 100% have what it takes to be hitting $10,000 a month.
Yep.
Period. And I also want you guys to know that's the middle of December. So all of you guys that are like, oh, I want to build my business in time for New Year's rush. Like now is the time to be building your business in time for New Year's. Now, straight up. So if you're listening to this right now and you're inspired by Joe, you're getting value from the challenge and you want to work with us in the academy, DM me 50% off on Instagram. Let's actually have a conversation. It's time to get off the fence. It's time to stop diddly-daddling, sticking your toe in the water. There's a reason you're here. You're getting value from the challenge. Imagine how much value is inside of the academy. We will transform your life. All right? Well, that is it. That's fun. So exciting. Cool. You guys have any questions for us? Any more questions? Are we out?
No, it does not matter how many people you follow back. See, this is what I'm talking about. You guys are focused on the wrong shit. Produce the content, post proof, get in the DMs, make sales, build your brand. That's it.
That's exactly where I'm at. I made a funnel. I ran ads. I got followers. Now I need the income. Brittany, we fucking got you. We got you. You don't need to run ads. You don't need a funnel. You don't need a website. You need you as the brand. That's it. As the fucking brand. So if you're listening to this and you want to get 50% of the academy, now's the fucking time. We're only doing it for till the end of the day. So if you're listening to this, you're like, I'm fucking in, send me a message, say 50% off. Let's have a conversation. Let's rapid fire some of these questions. How much does he charge, Cole?
I have no idea.
$350 a month or $9.99 for a 16-week paid in full.
Simple.
Do we offer a payment plan? We absolutely
Yes,
sure the fuck do. And 50% off isn't just for the paid in full. 50% off is for the first month as well. So if you are fucking interested, send me a DM right now. What are we posting today? You're not posting today. You're using the DM script to lead gen all the people that you posted from yesterday. It's called 4 clients in 4 days. And so it was the post. Now it's a DM script. Tomorrow's the sales script. And then fucking Friday, I'm going to be teaching you guys core offer, what goes into it, what apps to use, how to set it up, all the stuff. So Friday is about all the things. Cole, this is for you. When you reach out to your likes and comments and they don't answer you, do you follow up a couple days or do you let it go?
So I would follow up in a couple days after I was social on social media. Go to their account, like some of their photos, comment on some of their photos, and make them feel your presence instead of just looking to be the media side of social media. Write this down: social on social media.
Boom. What if our niche is unique? I promise you, Brittany, there's not a fucking niche that you could give me and Cole in online coaching that we wouldn't understand.
No.
What could I do by tonight to bring traction tomorrow morning, says Brianna Cortez.
Exactly what we taught you. You could do another engagement thing on your story, or you can literally just go into your social media, look at any individual who's liked, commented, or engaged with your social media in the last little bit and DM them.
Angel says, what if the prospect says no to the call? A few said they don't feel comfortable in the call. Angel, what I want you to do is ideally use the DM script, because sometimes the reason that prospects don't feel comfortable in the call is because they don't know what the call is going to be about. And it's kind of like if the analogy I'll give you guys is like, let's say you open up the door to a basement and it's dark and like you like tell your friend, you're like, let's go in the basement. And they're like, what the fuck is in the basement? unless you explain to your prospect what the call is going to be about, oftentimes they won't want to get in a call. Why in the DM script, what you guys will hear is they'll tell you what, Cole, why don't we set up a quick 15-minute call? Quick. We're going to talk about your number one struggle, your number one goal, and I'm going to give you a game plan to help you achieve your goals. Does that sound fair? So you need to tell the prospect how long the call is going to be, what the call is going to be about, and what they're going to get in a short, simple message. So sometimes the reason that prospects don't want to book calls with us is because they don't want to go into a dark basement with us. They're like, I don't want to fucking get in an hour-long sales call with you where you try to sell me some shit. However, if you are using our DM script, which I don't think you were because you're new to the challenge, and they still don't want to book a call, what you can do is you can like send them a voice note. And you can be like, totally cool. Tell you what, if you're cool, I can walk you through exactly what the program offers over text if you're up for that. If they say yes, then you can just use the sales script over voice notes. That isn't optimal though, and you should go for the call.
I want to answer this question quick. What if your social media posts only get a few likes and only get likes from the wrong prospects? Two things. Number one, if you are making less than $10,000 a month, you don't have a right prospect in my mind. All right. As coaches, apparently we are supposed to help and want to transform people's lives. But you guys go right out the gate wanting to be so niche specific. And you can, but that comes to the second thing. That tells me your content is not good enough. So unless you improve it in your niche, you will just continue to be a struggling coach. So either open up your niche until you start serving more individuals and you become more of an expert, or better your content so more of your quote unquote niche starts reaching out to you.
Boom. How often should I do the transformations on the story?
I would do it every 3 to 4 days. I would not do it every day. You need to make sure that you're giving value and talking to them on your story so they feel your raw, authentic self.
How do we download the DM script? We are going to be sending it to you right after this live stream.
Facebook group.
In the Facebook group. Cool. Guys, I think we're good. That is it. That is all. We hope you guys have the best day of your entire life. Thank you so much for tuning into the 4-Day Challenge. Tomorrow, we're going to be giving you guys the phone script, and Cole's also going to be going into some sales psychology so you guys know not only how to use a phone script, but you're going to learn from the wolf how to close some clients. If you guys are excited about that, drop some fire in the live stream. If you're getting value from us, let us know on social media. Send us a message. I would absolutely love to hear from you guys. Peace, love, and protein. Have the best day of your guys' entire life. We'll talk to you guys in the next live stream. Let's go. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, and you want to learn more about how me and my team can help you scale your online fitness business to $10,000 a month, DM me 10K on Instagram at @TheRealBrianMark for more information, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can help you grow an online coaching business.